So I'm going to go back to this. All right, so while it's working, I'm going to start getting some graphics together, logo, and then I've got assets. Let's get some assets in there, and then I'm going to go to Neon Drift. I'm loving this logo. Okay, all right, I love this logo. Can you now put it on a transparent background or transparent-ish? I love the kind of check marks you got there. I mean, we can leave those in, but it's going to have to go over something, or give me the background that's going to go on. Not that one. All right, fine. Downloads. Fucking beautiful. Beautiful logo, man.
Nice.
Fab icon. Oh, wicked. Yeah, like it's giving me. I hope it's going to give me two videos at the same time, two pictures. That would be brilliant. Look at this, man. It's got the pluses. It's got a bit of maths thing, and then it's got a transparent background on it as well. It understood exactly what I wanted.
Nice. I was getting a bit of issues with the transparent backgrounds, you know. Sometimes it just loses its mind. We're just like, okay, thanks. I don't know if you've experienced that. You go, do a transparent background.
Yeah.
Gives you like the checkerboard, but it's not really transparent. It's just a checkerboard.
Okay, so then I'm coming here. All right, we're making a maths game. It's called Neon Drift. It's a shooter. Power-ups. You kill other people's bases. Kids love it. Parents love it. Let's create the copy. Made by parents for kids who love iPads. Give me the copy for the landing page. I don't want any graphics. Just give me copy right now. I want hard-hitting value first. Shout about no login, no chat, no saving your information. This is just pure maths addiction disguised as a game. Okay, I think we're going to need a parents and a kids one, right? I think we're going to need 2 pages, parents and kids. Because if kids don't want to read this shit. Neon Drift.
How is it? Are we up to an hour and a half now?
Okay. Well, we're on task 3. And we have 30 tasks.
Okay. So I was just playing around with my local model.
Yeah.
No, actually, it wasn't too bad. I sort of just said that build me a function. I said, build me a Python function, write me a Python function.
Yeah.
I'll take 2 arguments, both strings, and combine with alternate letters from each word. And it did it pretty quick.
Yeah. Awesome.
Like, I was like, okay. And that's with me running a stream and Zoom and everything on my computer that is currently, without a doubt, having my open and screaming out for every bit of resource. So yeah, that's not too bad. I'd be interested. I might do that. Like, I don't know. Maybe we do it on a stream or whatever, or maybe I don't know. But it'd be interesting to give that a go. Like, you have a developer worker, and that goes off and gets tickets. You get the ticket, it goes, right, I'm going to write the code for this ticket. I'm going to create a branch, write the code to fill the acceptance criteria of this ticket, submit my code, and then you have another worker, which is the merginator, right? The merginator looks at that branch, says, okay, does this work with us? I don't know. Maybe you have a test worker as well, which writes all the tests and runs them. And then once everything passes, the merginator says, well, I'm the merginator to the main. And then, but simultaneously, other workers are picking up other tickets. So then the merginator pings all the other workers to say, hey, you need to do git rebase because we've just only merged. So all of them do the git rebase and then continue to say, okay, well, I'm going to now generate the code for that. And just keep going through that process. And if you can kind of get the application down into a series of tickets and a series of acceptance criteria and tests, then you can be in a position saying like, okay, cool, well, that's where we're at. See what happens and what pops out at the end. And like my sort of view of it is, I don't mind it being slow. I can just set it off going and then go do something else.
Yeah.
Right, go to the gym.
Exactly.
Go work on my social media stuff. Go record my TikToks. all of those things, and come back and see what it does. See what happened. That's what I'm kind of interested in.
Away from keyboard. That's it, man. Unlocking myself. This is what I wanted this so bad. Like the next step is get my OpenClaw connected to my projects, and then I can just be anywhere, just getting status files of what's going on.
Yeah, and that's the point. Like, I don't actually like prompt per se. Like, what I do is that I just create more tickets in a folder, and I can do that in Obsidian. And because Obsidian is syncing to my Mac, then it's just going to look at it and just go, oh, cool, there's a new ticket. I'll pick up the new ticket then, and just keep doing that.
Yeah.
And then you could have a project manager worker, and they go through all the tickets, and then go, right, okay, how close is it? How well has this been done? How well is the project being fulfilled compared to the project? And what do I need to do to make sure the project is accurate? So did you set it up so that all of the tasks would go in a JSON file? Like, is that your own personal config and your own way of doing things?
I've kind of bashed it around, but the concept was from a guy called the guy who did the graph loop. What's his name? But it's just, I had been doing this previously. What I hadn't been doing is doing the loop through a bash file and literally stopping Claude Code and then starting it again. I was just kind of doing it within the same context window, which is the main thing about this whole Ralph loop. You take it, you're literally killing the context, and the whole point is like, you don't want to give it too much. You want to have this kind of table of contents file that references many other files. Like it says, like anything to do with authentication, look at this, this, and this. Anything to do with containers, look at this, this, and this. And that way, when you're asking that question or the task is being done, it's having a look at the README of this table of contents, seeing what's relevant, and then it knows those files to look at straight away. So instead of doing a whole search and wasting context on searching, you're giving it some direction, but very minimal. You're saying, look, just pick one task. Here's the README files. Here's the README with all the stuff, all the different types of things in the project, which allows the LLM to quickly go and pick it and then look at those files, keep that in context. Yeah, it's clever. I like it. It's been working. I still need to perfect it.
And this is you're building client work with this at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Do your clients get, like, are they interested in how your workflow is? Do they know about the workflow? Or?
No. I mean, I'm not going to go and shout about it. But all they need to know is that I can build it at 1/10 of the cost now that I used to be able to build it, and everything's got tests on it.
Yeah. That's super interesting.
That's right. This is why the whole game is changing, man. Yeah, it's like software development. I don't think it's about software development now. It's software development 2.0, or whatever it is now. This is about orchestration now. So these developers that are thinking they're going to still be in cursor in a terminal, they're going to be left behind. I mean, I feel like a caveman just looking at terminal right now. we should be looking at a beautiful interface where I can just select projects now.
But do you not feel like to build the better systems, you need to have some knowledge in sort of building this stuff out? Like, because I take it that you've gone through and said, right, okay, this is how I'm going to structure the tasks. This is how I'm going to manage each worker. This is how I'm going to do all this stuff. Like, that in itself takes some development, right?
Yeah. But I mean, that is going to be the job now of a software developer, like orchestrating the agents, putting the guardrails in place, making sure we're cost effective, making sure we're using the local models for the simpler tasks, and the more complex models to figure out what tasks we need to do.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly it. Like, how I do agree with you. Like, I think how you approach it and how you orchestrate is going to make a massive difference. Because I think there are going to be folks who are just going to be like, do you know what? I'm just going to pay to get it done, and they're going to put thousands into Claude Code, right? And they're going to put thousands into different systems. But they're going to be people who are going to be really smart about it and sit there and go, we're just not going to pay for a platform to do it for us because. But, I think as well, to a certain extent, a lot of people have been burnt by platforms, right? And what we're going to do instead is actually set up a system where all stakeholders can be able to put their input in. We decide on that stakeholder input, and then we turn that into something that's useful, and how you orchestrate is the question. And try out different ways of orchestrating,
Yes. Yeah, still young, man. There's loads of different ways.
And that's what I'm kind of, because from me and my product manager background, like going through and saying, actually, do you know what? I'm just going to sort of sit and scope tickets and just sit there and write those documents out and be mindful of what I'm talking about and using that as the basis of how the orchestration all starts and how it all sort of manages itself. That for me as a workflow works really well for me because I a lot of product managers, not all, but many product managers work better when they think in terms of tickets, right? In terms of I'm scoping a particular section of build, I'm scoping towards a particular epic, right? And I'm very clear on what my user stories are and why they exist, and going down that path. And saying, right, okay, well, let's kind of figure that out on that level. Let's get to a point where this makes sense. And yeah, that interests me. Where I can just sit in Obsidian and just sit there and just define my application in Obsidian. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to go and make all those changes. Just sit there and just write tickets until I get to a point where I'm like, cool, that's my application. Awesome.
Yeah.
But it might be for somebody else. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, I think with different people, they're going to orchestrate in different ways. Some people just like prompting, So I think for small tools, like really small things, like when I made the countdown like that, to sit there and just say, right, okay, I'm just going to write a couple of lines. What it will give me? Cool, change it with this. Okay, cool, change it with this. Cool, change it, and just get to a point where it's ready and go, right, cool, it's fine. For smaller tools, I think that's useful. But for things that are a little bit more involved, and even sometimes things where you're just like scripting in the background. I have a lot of automations on my machine where I just write scripts to automate things and say, right, just do that thing. Just do it, just get it done. I just need a script to run every couple of days. Yeah, I think a flow like that, where you're basically putting your flow together to say, okay, here's the scope. Go build the thing. It goes and builds the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I want to get to a future where, I mean, I almost had it, but it's just too unreliable. My OpenClaw is just, I'm talking to it over voice notes, and it's creating web pages for me. But really, what I want it to do is just interact with my project that I'm building.
Yeah. And so is that your dream then? Is that you just have your WhatsApp or whatever, and then you just go straight into it, and then you're just like, right, okay, I'm just going to sit here. Like, but my WhatsApp is almost like the CEO, right, or the COO, right? And you're going in and just talking to them and say, look, I need this done, I need this done, I need this done, and you're just letting it go.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of, yeah. I did feel some of that magic, man, when it's texting me in the morning, yo, you've got to be at your kids' football game at 8:45. Don't forget, no studs. Be at this pitch. I'm like, fucking G. When it's all your Stripe inbounds, and then all my expenses, these have all been logged into your Google spreadsheet, and then archives them. What? But it's flaky right now. I still got to improve it. But that is the fucking dream. Like the admin organization, the ADHD stuff. Yeah, man. Take care of that shit.
Yeah.
So it's more of me having that contact and like having a proper mission dashboard for all my thoughts, all my random projects. The code stuff, yes, I want access to it. Don't necessarily want to code from my phone or like think about that from the phone, but that's more of getting a status update. And rather than me being at the machine all the time, I'm talking to it basically, and then just letting it run, and then I'm waiting. I'd rather be fucking doing something else. And just know it's working, and then when it needs me, I'll speak to it.
Yeah.
But that just takes care of the code bit, right? What about the fucking finding customers bit? Then it means we can spend more time on getting real customers.
Yeah. I think that's like with a lot of these technologies, and I think it was very similar when we were in the world of low code or no code tools, right? And it was just like, this was, it was like 10 years ago now when this stuff came in. It was just like, we just want to get the boring stuff off the table, So I get the boring done so I can go off and do the important shit, like talking to customers, talking to people, doing my marketing campaigns, being able to set up community spaces, being able to set up events. Like that's the stuff that's going to help me get over the line. But in certain areas, like being in certain areas, I think there is going to be a push to say, actually, being more human in those areas is actually going to benefit in the longer term. Like in terms of brand, for example.
Yeah.
Did you see the whole Canada cheating at the curling in the Winter Olympics?
No.
So they got busted cheating, right? Because after you let go of the curl, right, or whatever it's fucking called, well, after you let go of it, you can't touch it.
All right.
And the Canadian team were basically pushing, and then as they pushed it, they would let go and then like prod it with their finger.
Oh.
And they got busted, and it became this whole thing, right? And people were sort of memeing it a little bit, which was kind of funny. But then Curry's put out a bit of social media. It was like, we've just hired a Canadian. And it's this guy in a Curry's, right? And he like closes the microwave and then like pokes it right at the end. And he closes it up and pokes it right at the end. Puts the thing in the air fryer and pokes it right at the end. I was just like, oh my god. But like that was so human.
Oh, brilliant.
Like it's that stuff that's going to win in the future. Like doing marketing in this super, super, very human, very connected way is just going to grow over time. And I'm seeing people who, using a lot of AI to push their marketing stuff. They're just not really getting anywhere with it at all. I'm hearing really bad things come back from people, and I said, you just can't be doing that. I just don't think you should be doing your marketing that way. People are going to value what you do more if you sort of turn around and say, like, we're connecting with you on a human level. Like that's the thing that we really want to get to. And LinkedIn announced that they're going to be cracking down on AI generated comments.
AI generated comments, yeah.
Yeah, that fucking pisses me off, to be honest. That stuff, like you put in you go in and you sort of make a comment. You sort of say, oh yeah, I've done my post and I have a little thing, and then you get a comment, you look at it, and you're just like, oh, you're so blatantly just using an LLM. Like seriously, like could you not read the 5 lines that I wrote and thought of something interesting to say? For fuck's sake, like it's so horrid. And I had it the other day in a WhatsApp group, and I asked the question, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I was just sort of curious on something," and I was like, "I didn't really get what they were saying." And I was like, "Like I'm really interested. Like I want to know more." And the person just replied with an LLM, and I was like, "I kind of want to know how you're using this thing. And that's what I want to know. How are you using it?" But they just gave me an LLM output, and I'm just like, oh, fuck off. Like, so fuck off. Like, and that's the problem. That's the problem. You end up in a place where you're just like, right, if you're going to go up and use an LLM to give me information, I might as well just go do it myself, right? What I want to know is what is your human experience using a particular workflow. That's what I want to know. But yeah, this person just didn't do it and just gave me a response from there, and I was like, cheers, yeah, thanks. I didn't to a certain extent because I think they were bullshitting me, and I didn't really take it on as they were bullshitting me. I was genuinely sort of interested in what they were trying to do, but I think they thought that I was prodding to figure out if they were bullshitting me, which in a way was like sort of an indication that they were bullshitting me. You know what I mean? Like if I said, oh, you were like, oh, I'm using this new Python library, it's really good, and I said, oh, what is it? How does it work? Oh, it does this and this and this. And rather than doing A, B, and C, it does X, Y, Z. Like, okay, cool. Like I've used it in the project. Yeah, I used it for this project. This is what I did. That's a normal conversation to have.
Yeah.
Right. Just a very normal conversation of, I use this thing. That's interesting. How have you used it? And that's it. Yeah. So this person came along in this chat. It was just like, oh yeah, I'm using this and this to do this particular job. And I was like, oh, I never even thought about doing that job before. I'd like to know more about it. And then got really cagey about the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, it's weird. So, yeah, I think that human connection is going to be definitely powerful in the future when it comes to marketing and branding.
Yeah, give me the instructions to install the Gemini CLI. I thought I fucking had it installed already. Yeah. Oh, is it Gemini CLI?
My lesson that I've learned is don't use an LLM to write your LinkedIn posts or your LinkedIn comments, because LinkedIn is coming for you. They're coming for you. Good riddance as well.
Oh yeah, I mean everyone's doing it, right? The AI stuff is coming. I mean. So I've just installed Gemini. I've got my logos in a folder, and my fav icon. I'm going to trust the folder, and I'm just going to say, all right. So you successfully logged in. All right, convert these files, compress the PNG file, the logo, actually convert it to a WebP, and the fav icon, leave it as a PNG, just optimize the size, and then let's create a fav icon. .ico. And I could have done that with Photo-P or Photoshop, or whatever it is, but I just thought I'd show you another way of using the command line. Right, why haven't I heard a boom in a while? Cursor, where are you? Oh, there you go. Boom. Part 13. You know, I think the thing just to remember is that this shit ain't free. It's it does cost cash.
Right. And this is why I've been like heavily considering the local models.
Yeah.
You know, like I have talked to some folks who run their whole dev agency off of Claude Code and whatnot, and they're just like, yeah, you know, it's been good, but at times you're just like, man, we've spent a lot of money on this. But there are times where they're like, we could potentially get someone to do this for us for maybe cheaper. But that's why I was like, I think the local model is actually a good way. It might be an interesting way of doing it. You know?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it's not so much like it takes care of everything, but it might well do a lot of the. I don't know. I think I need to test it out.
Well, it's the security thing, isn't it? Like, this is what businesses want. They want something on-prem.
Yeah.
And this is what local models allow you to do. But it's going to go back in. You know, everyone's just got rid of their fucking servers and their hubs, right, to go cloud, and it's just going to go full circle again. Everyone's going to get a fucking big old graphics card and a load of Mac Minis.
I mean, generally, we're going to see more of it over the next. My prediction is over this year, we're going to see people start moving, if not off-prem, at least on a service that is located in their jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Because I was actually at MCP conference,
okay,
Taylor Days, which was a conference, like a dual conference for MCP and things that all things container. So, you know, OpenSUSE was there and Docker were there and all this kind of stuff. And they had this big board outside and it said, the future of Kubernetes is important because, and they let people write answers there. And somebody had written the answer. It was something along the lines for the protection of, I can't remember, for the independence for the EU. And I was like, really interesting. Someone wrote that answer down. And it's something I've been banging on about now for 9 months of Trump's, you know, doing mad stuff, right? And businesses get worried when things are uncertain. And they're now kind of sat there going like, we don't know what's going on here. And the point I made was, we had the Cloudflare outage. I was like, no, I think you're going to start seeing governments make these moves.
Yeah.
Right. And I think we talked about this about a month ago, right? I think we chatted about a month ago, we were talking about this very thing. France have now announced that they're ditching Microsoft Teams and Zoom for a French alternative. Like, yeah, they're seeing the same thing. If me sat in my bedroom can see it, then you better believe that some governments can see it. You can better believe they're looking at the US government saying, we've got this president that's just doing things on a whim, right? Saying he wants to take over Greenland or whatever, and he knows he's got a button that he can turn off the internet for the whole of Europe, basically. So they're like, oh yeah, that's something we should probably have a bit of concern about. It's like, yeah, stuff like that with the French government saying we're going to stop using, Teams and Zoom and shift to a French alternative. That stuff we're going to see more of in the UK as well. We're just going to see more of it, and it's just going to be more people saying, yeah, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to approach it. This is how we're going to have servers here in the UK that we can actually put our stuff on, because we don't know what's happening. If our data goes somewhere else.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be a big thing, man.
And it's the same thing that's happening as well, personally. Like, a lot of people are worried about their personal data. And I follow someone on TikTok, and she's been talking about period trackers and how a lot of these period trackers have, they upload data to the cloud, and it was all in the vein of, oh, we'll do research on it, and we can do all these fancy things, and we'll learn about, the menstrual cycle, and be able to give you really good insights, and blah blah blah. None of that stuff happened, but what they did do was sell all the third-party data.
Yeah.
You're just like, what is going on? And when it comes to this LLM stuff, right, and building software on these things, if you do a good job of it, then you better believe that Anthropic and OpenAI and everyone else is just going to steal your ideas, because that's what they always do, right? Then, don't fear the guys stood next to you stealing your ideas. If you're building it on, in anti-gravity, or you're building it on AI Studio, or whatever you're building it on, you're going to find a situation where they're going to look at that and go, do you know what? That's a really good idea. We're going to do it. we're going to build that thing. Which is what all these companies have done it already. They've done it in the past loads of times. So we are coming up to the hour.
As in 1 hour left, yeah?
As in 1 hour left, yeah.
It's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10. $13 left out of 30.
30,
Yeah,
did you say?
out of 30. Yeah. So we might do it.
Clay. It's going to be Clay. The MCP conference was really good, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Really,
Where was it?
really. It was at the Truman Brewery,
Okay.
which is East London. And yeah, they had some really good talks on there. And some of the stuff they were talking about really was about, because it was MCP, it was all agentic stuff, right? But they had some really interesting stuff when it came to, someone talked about micro agents, which I found really interesting, which was building, you have your MCP server.
Yeah.
And then each MCP endpoint, right? So it is its own sort of micro agent. And it takes care of like one particular job for everything, right? So it might be like, you have a spelling and grammar agent.
Yeah.
And all it does is like, wherever you work, whatever you do, it will check your spelling and grammar. And then you have another thing, which is like, oh, this is the micro agent. All they do is make sure that anytime you say you're going to be somewhere at a certain time, it puts it in a calendar for you. And it was going through how you use MCP as a way of communicating between all these different systems. And yeah, it was really, really, really interesting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. There's quite a few people there from agentic platforms as well, which was interesting. I think it's tough as a business. I had someone approach me to help them out with their outreach. And they kept saying to me like, oh, we need someone to come in and help us with outreach and help us with getting new clients in and all of this kind of stuff, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, cool. Who are your clients? Who are you working with right now? And I had some random clients. And I was like, right, okay, fair enough. And they said, oh, come to our event, our showcase event. You should, it's all our clients showing off their stuff. I was like, yeah, cool. Man, like nearly everything that they put on, they showcased was just a chatbot. That's not it. It's a bunch of chatbots. And it was like, right, okay, we kind of, we sort of figured out chatbots on websites for quite a while, and we made them slightly better. and this multi-million-pound bit of infrastructure just makes chatbots slightly better. And I was like, I see why they've come to me now, because they want to do things that are way more interesting. And because because I'm in contact with quite a few people who do really interesting projects, they're just like, oh, we want to tap you up on that. So you can stay the fuck away from my network, mate. So I spent a long time building that up. But I had an experience with somebody else as well who's exactly the same, right? They were like, they've got an agentic platform. And I was like, oh, yeah, cool. I was talking to them about, they were talking about like, we're struggling to get, customers on board. And I was like, yeah. And they said, we go in and we sort of show them stuff and they're always really impressed, but they never buy. And I was like, yeah, but you got to sell the sizzle, not the steak. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You can't go in and be like, we're amazing. Isn't it amazing? So you need to talk about them. right? You need to talk about what they're trying to do, what they're trying to achieve, where they want to get to, and they were like, oh yeah, we just, and I just basically said, what can you build for them? What can you build for them? And the answer they gave was anything, and I was like, right, that's why they're not buying from you, right? I'm not saying you can't build anything, but you say you can build anything, no one's going to believe you. Just straight off the bat, people are like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? It is one of those human things. You just think it's bullshit. You think, nah, don't buy it at all. So they, they were going out and sort of saying to folks like, yeah, come use our platform. You can build anything you want. And they're like, yeah, sure, of course. Yeah, sure, okay. And then they just walk away and not buying anything. And that was the thing. Like the analogy I used was, if you're a carpenter and you say, well, what can you build? And they say, I can build you anything. They'll be like, okay. But if you come out and say, do you know what? I'm the best person at building dining tables. Look how good my dining tables are. Aren't they really fucking special? Like people come from all over the world to buy my dining tables. Do you know what? They're going to get you to build your dining table. And at the same point, they can turn around and say, do you want matching chairs to go with that? Or do you want a coffee table that goes with that as well? And before you know it, then you're building them anything, right? But you have to get them there. And that's something about sales that I think a lot of people miss is don't promise the earth because people immediately think you're lying to them. And it's not that it's not true, it's just what human beings are like. And, I know you say a lot on your TikTok page, like, you got to get sales. You got to get the sales bit right. It's so important.
And as a dev, that's the hardest bit, man. I think it's the hardest bit if you just go and build without thinking about who you're going to build it for or the pain point first. That's when it gets difficult.
I had 2 separate people reach out to me this week.
Yeah.
One of them was on LinkedIn, and I was on LinkedIn and I just put a comment on a post, and somebody said, I saw your comment, and then I saw your tagline, and then I looked at your profile and was like, I need to talk to this guy, and we've got a chat tomorrow. But yeah, exactly that. He just turned around to me and said, look, I've been building stuff and it never goes anywhere. I just don't know the marketing and sales bit. And then the comment you wrote really clicked with me. It was like, oh shit, that makes sense. And I was like, yeah, cool. The other one, right, it was in a WhatsApp group, and I was just sat there chatting, and somebody mentioned about, someone mentioned about go-to-market, and somebody said, how do you use ChatGPT to do your go-to-market strategy? And I jumped in and said, I really would not do that, because what it would do is give you the same answer as like 1,000 other people. But the whole point of your go-to-market strategy is that it's unique to you, it's unique to your product, and it's unique to your customers. If you don't have that, then no one gives a shit, right? So you need to be able to do those things. And then I went through and carried on talking about the go-to-market stuff and saying how, as a solo dev, your go-to-market can't be anything too complicated because you're never going to get it done, right? You're just never going to do it. You're going to sit there and go, I hate this plan. I'm not doing it. You're going to sit there and look at it every day and do nothing, right? But part of the go-to-market strategy is understanding what can you do and what you're willing to do, and then do that and figure out how to make that work for you, because that's going to work. And I didn't even mention in this chat what I do. And somebody reached out to me on the side of the chat after everyone said I was chatting bollocks. I was like, fine, whatever, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Just give my opinion, that's what I do. And this happens a lot to me, by the way. This happens a lot where I come in and I say something, everyone goes, nah, you chat shit. And I was like, fine. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck, I just give my opinion. And then people will then start a chat on the side with me to be like, oh, hey, Dom, I'm from that group chat, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, really? And this guy turned around to me and said, you know what? I'm in this place where I'm a developer and I need to go out there, but I don't really understand what go-to-market is. And I don't understand. I need someone to coach me on this. And I was just sat there like, fuck me, you literally just explained my own service back to me and I didn't even tell you what I do. I was just like, okay. So we're going to have a chat next week.
Nice.
But and I still haven't told him that's what I do. That's what my company does. Right? I didn't tell him that that's what I do. I coach software devs in all the things outside of code. That includes the go-to-market, the products, and all that kind of stuff. But he literally came back to me saying the same thing. I was like, yeah. I know, like, and that's sort of the weird thing about what I do is that I know that out of 20 people, one person will understand what I do and go, I need that really, I really, really need that. The other 19 people ain't got a fucking clue. They just sat there being like, oh, I'm just going to run this playbook. So yeah, you go do that. You go do that. See how far you get. You go do it because you'll be coming back to me in like 6 months' time. I guarantee you. Which happens a lot. I've got someone skulking around my LinkedIn at the moment, which is quite funny. There's this guy I met at an event, and he came out and he was talking about his app idea, right? I'm going to be honest, it was a shit idea, right? Anyway, he came along and he was telling me about it, and I was like, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he said, oh, do you not think it's a good idea? And I said, well, at the end of the day, you've got no validation whatsoever in the market, right? None, right? And he said, oh, no, I have done it. I've gone to talk to people. And I'm like, you ain't validated shit. If people haven't bought anything from you in this particular domain, you got fuck all validation, mate. Right? Mm. People will tell you left, right, and centre, yeah, it's great, I'll buy it. But when you actually put it in their hands, they don't. I've seen that a million times over. I'll see it a million times again. You need to, if people say yes, that's not a buying signal,
no.
Right?
Get an actual pre-sale.
You know. So I said to him, like, you can very quickly take your whole idea and shrink it down into really, like, you know, I had a little rant about this on LinkedIn as well, that, you know, minimum viable product means minimum. It means the least, the quickest and the cheapest. That's what it means. And I said, you can shrink this down and get it out and get it in people's hands and see what they do, and charge for it, because otherwise you don't know anything, you don't get any validation. And he completely said, no, I'm going to go off, I'm going to build this prototype, and it's going to take me 3 months, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, fine. I don't give a shit. I'm happy to give my opinion, but I don't give a shit. And I then pinged him 6 months afterwards. Well, 3 months afterwards, I pinged him. He didn't respond to me. 6 months later, I pinged him. He didn't respond to me. And that was a month ago. And I've seen him skulking around my LinkedIn. Like every now and again, he puts a little engagement on my posts. And I'm like, yeah. I know where you're at, because what were the words I said to you? In 6 months' time, you'll be in the exact same place you are today, and you'll be sat there wondering, what the fuck did I do that last 6 months? I said, I'll guarantee you that's where you're going to end up. I know you're going to end up there, because I see it all the time. And now I'm like, he's going to come back to me. I know he's going to come back to me. And then I would tell him to fuck off. But yeah, I get that a lot. I do get that a lot, you know. People just not really interested in what I've got to say. And then I just say those words. Really simply say those words. In 6 months' time, you're going to be in the exact same position you are today, and then you're going to come back to me, and then we'll have a conversation. I'll see you in 6 months. And they all go like, yeah, whatever. And it's amazing how many of them go, oh, hey, Dom, I was thinking about you the other day. Really? Is that so? Is it by any chance you're in the same fucking position as 6 months ago? Because I know exactly how that works out. That's what happens when you don't do your validation, you don't define who you're buying for, you know, you're building for, and you don't actually have a strategy behind how you're going to take your product to market, so you end up with no confidence whatsoever, so you don't ship anything. You just keep coding more and keep coding more and you keep coding more, and that's the problem. You can't code your way out of every situation. And that's where, and that's where, like, I don't know if you've had the same thing, like having people reach out to you on TikTok.
Mate, I stopped doing that. I did that, and I said, look, if anyone wants to talk, like, you know, for a limited time only, you know, I'm just doing it for free, right? Some dumbass message. I had some fucking fat cunt cocksucker bloody join the call, waste my half an hour. All he's doing is fucking eating his nuts. His motherfucking nuts. He's eating his nuts. He's this fat guy, right? He's just got this like vest on. I don't know where he's from, right? But he's just eating his nuts in front of me. I'm like, how you doing? You know, I was like, So what do you know about AI? What do you want to build? I think I was giving an offer. I was showing people how to build apps, and it was like YouTube translator. That's it. That's all he fucking said. YouTube. That fucking pissed me off. It's like, yeah, bro. I don't think this is gonna work. I think it was my fault. I should have validated this whole thing a bit more. I should have maybe, say no motherfucking nutcases. Make sure you've got a fucking idea with some wireframes. My fault. I'm sorry. I should have said that in the first fucking 5 minutes rather than waste my half an hour, man. Oh, it pissed me fucking right off. So, yeah. Anyway, I stopped putting out offers on TikTok. Sorry. Yeah, what was your point? Sorry about TikTok.
No. I've had good experiences. I've met some real good people.
Yeah.
I've met some awesome people along the way, and I think that's the thing. What connects is when I come out and I did a video a while back talking about go to market, right? And I was talking about go to market. I said, look, don't cast bigger nets, cast smaller net. It's important in waters that you've got the fish you want to catch. That's how you do go to market essentially, and I had quite a few people go in the comments and like cuss me out a little bit. Oh, it's fine. Like, again, like, that's just my opinion. Like, if you want to go do something different, go do something different. I don't give a shit. But a few people reached out to me and said, do you know what? I did exactly that and it didn't work. I was like, yeah. Right. And it's sort of this phenomenon, and it's really tough on people, right? Because they go, right, okay, I've got an email list of 100 people, right? And they send out an email campaign and they get one person buy from them out of that campaign. So they think, okay, well, we'll get a list of 1,000 people and we'll run a campaign and we'll get 10 people, right? So they run the campaign and they get nobody. And they're like, what? And they run the campaign for like 100,000 and then they get like 1 or 2 people. And this happens all the time, right? People will do this, especially people who come from a software development background. They'll go into a space where they're like, oh, I'm going to do this stuff. And I'm like, no. If you're in a situation where you walk in a room with 10 people and you convert 1 person, don't sit there and think, how do I get into a room of 100 people? Think about, how do I get into another room of 10 people where the odds are stacked more in my favor? That's it. That's the go-to-market you need to do. And yeah, lots of people cuss me out on it, but people did reach out to me in the comments. So it reached out to me personally on the DM saying, do you know what? That was what I needed to hear, right? I needed to hear I was doing it wrong. And I was like, yeah, no, it's fine. We all do things wrong. You just have to learn that we're doing it wrong. And then once you figure out how to do it right, then you're grand. And a couple of people who are building products are very much interested in what I'm doing, very much interested in what I'm saying. I'm like, right, something's hitting home with people, and I know it's a bit contrarian in what I say. And to a certain extent, I do chat shit about a lot of people because of it, right? And I do get that. But at the same point, a lot of people who have opinions have never gone to market with anything, and they're just like, oh yeah, do this, this, and this. And it's like, you've never gone to market and had a successful campaign. So what do you know?
Exactly, yeah. Take advice from people who have done it, not from people who've not done it.
Yeah. Especially, I talked to someone on LinkedIn at the moment, and I'm sort of like, I'm wondering if I can lead him into a place where he thinks about building a new space for professional developers, right? And I was sitting there chatting to him, and I was like, he said, because his first question was, I'm really interested because your audience and your customers or developers, do you not know, how do you manage Twitter? And I just text back saying, I stopped using Twitter ages ago. God, I just got out there. That was just complete nonsense. And it was like, why was that? There's those developers there and stuff. But I was like, there are developers there, but the problem is that they are not interested in listening to new ideas. They're just trying to get to like a consensus of ideas and say, right, this is the one way you do things, right? they're very kind of like JavaScript everywhere. You've got to use TypeScript, you've got to use Node, you've got to use blah, 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 blah. And they're so set in doing things one specific way and having one specific playbook to go by. And I said that the thing is, you go in there and you say anything contrary to that, and then they bite your head off for it. And you're like, right, okay, fair enough. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. Right? The guy who started HTMX, for example, he gets so much shit on Twitter.
Oh, really?
Right? And
I fucking love HTMX, man.
Huh?
I love HTMX.
I think it's great. I think it's absolutely brilliant. And again, like tech Twitter is all about like consensus. It's not about what's best for the project or what's best for any kind of system. Like, it's just, we want consensus of there is one way of doing things, and therefore we deem that to be the smart way of doing things, and therefore we are smart if we adopt them. It's like, yeah, that's not how you do smart, that's not how you make smart decisions. And they try to reach this consensus, and then it's very toxic. And I did this on my TikTok as well. I was like, this is a toxic consensus, right? They're not out to help you, they're out to help their egos, and that's it. And yeah, he said the exact same thing. Like, yeah, it's absolutely mad. Like, and I said, like, just stop doing it. Plus, I hate Musk as well. That goes into it as well. That's definitely a variable in the equation for sure. But yeah, I stopped it. Twitter. I just don't think people are having good conversations. But yeah, there are people on Twitter who are like, yeah, I'll buy a Mac Mini and I'll install Clawbot and then I'll be a millionaire. I'm like, yeah, cool. So you said the same thing when crypto was a thing. You said the same thing when NFTs were a thing. And you said the same thing when the metaverse was a thing. Like, it's funny how all you folks are millionaires yet, right? It's all a bit Del Boy. This time next year we'll be millionaires. Oh, yeah, of course. Okay. You enjoy that. How are we getting on? We've got how long we got left on the clock? 37 minutes.
I think we might just do it, you know.
That's how it works. So how are you doing promo for your business at the moment?
Right now, my focus is get this SaaS going with like working perfectly for this customer.
Okay.
Because once that's done, I can start trying to find other customers, start thinking about marketing and really pushing the thing out, getting testimonials for this existing customer, getting more active on the Cargo Wise websites, forums.
Mm-hmm.
I've launched a few free tools on the front end of the website where people don't need to log in.
Yeah. And
I'm going to use that as a lead magnet.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah, and so my main thing is the people that are using it aren't never going to be searching for it. They're just the users of the software, right?
Mm.
I think once I've got a few customers, I'll know the types of people, you know, who I need to speak to, the language that I should be using, the things that they care about, really. You know, because it's not just about extracting. I keep on saying it's extracting PDFs and syncing it up with their main system. It saves them hours. It's the fact that now they can have accurate CO2 emission reports, so they won't get fined. It's about them having more accurate data for their P&Ls now, so they can make better decisions. And it saves their their team a whole lot of time, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's how I need to be thinking and talking. I mean, I think that's how I need to be talking to people. I need to confirm that by talking to the people.
Yeah. How are you finding them anyway? Like, where do you go to find them today?
So right now, I mean, I'm in dev mode right now. The only marketing I'm doing is on TikTok when I'm doing TikTok lives. I've actually met a freight forwarder on TikTok.
Cool.
I haven't actually had a conversation with them yet though.
Yeah.
I mean, only over TikTok. But yeah, that's the extent of my marketing. So not really marketing to my target audience. So it's just documenting my building the SaaS journey really. So that's all the kind of things. That's the only thing I've been doing in terms of marketing.
Yeah. No, fair. How's your LinkedIn game?
LinkedIn, you know, I had it nicely automated. You would have hated it. But
I hate it. It's like the algorithm hates it.
it's I didn't like all of the posts I was doing. They were starting to get a bit samey. It's like I don't like this. I stopped it.
Yeah.
I think what I want my workflow needs to be: send me some articles, let me pick, and then we'll talk over that, and then you post it.
Yeah.
As opposed to just fucking automate anything that's in. Like I want to be in the loop for that. I want to feel it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I feel shit when it's just automated AI slop.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. If you're B2B, like you've just got to get your LinkedIn absolutely buttoned up. Like it's such a big part of it, and people just always check you out on LinkedIn. So
that's a good point. You know, I've got to sort that out for cargo mode. I'll sort my
yeah. I mean, you can go out and just do a little bit every day, right?
Yeah.
So the things you need to be wary of that are important about LinkedIn. But first of all, you've got a limit on connects, so you can only send out connection requests. I think like 20 a day or something. So it's good to like just max those out every day.
Good point.
Because that's the thing. Like you can't be like, oh yeah, I'll do it in 3 months, and you're like, shit, I can only do 20. Right, so like spend a day just finding your ideal customer profile, right? So I guess people who work for freight companies, right?
Yeah.
So just find those people. If you use Sales Navigator, that can sometimes help. But just find 20 people, hit your codes, right? I find, and people, it's this weird thing, right? People hate it, but it's annoyingly effective, which is if you send a connection request without a message, people are more likely to connect with you. Even though the box says, put a message in, people are more likely to connect with you. It's like, nah, actually, if you write nothing, people are way more considered. Because people will put the message in often when they're trying to sell you something, and then they're like, oh, I'm not going to connect with that person. Even if the message is just like, oh, hey, I really like your last post, by the way. They just won't do it. So it's like, actually, just put nothing in it. So that's something to be aware of. The other thing to be aware of as well with LinkedIn is that your followers, your connections, it's more likely that they will see a comment of yours on a larger creator's post than they will see one of your posts. Like, by far, right? So I had one post sort of blow up, and funnily enough, that was our last stream when I just went fuck LinkedIn and then just wrote a rant and then just posted it, and that was like my highest post. My second piece of engagement that's the highest is a comment. Like I will get thousands on comments. Completely, it crushes all of my posts, like ridiculously. So if you're not a big creator, and I'd probably say something in the region of 10,000 followers or 15,000 followers and above, people aren't going to see your posts. You just got to be in the comments, and you've got to be in the comments writing really good comments as well, like writing things that are kind of interesting. And like the other day, someone did, and this is a great example, right? Somebody I don't follow ended up in my feed because somebody I know who's a first level connection had written a comment on that post, and I added a comment on that post saying, basically cussing out the guy who did the post. And what ended up happening was that got driven more than anything else I'd done in the last week on that one comment. And he's just like, yeah, great, brilliant. Thanks for that. the most likely time people are going to see your posts is when they first connect with you, right? That's the most likely time. So if you're going to like a conference in like a couple of weeks, right? Stack up a load of posts before you go to that conference. So when they connect with you and they accept the connection request, then their feed will be filled with your posts. But up to maybe 2 weeks after that, they'll probably never see a post of yours again. They'll only see your comments. So comments is where the work happens. Like
That's interesting, yeah.
And I will spend half an hour a day just writing comments on people's posts. Again, being meaningful in your comments, extending on their ideas. LinkedIn is going to start cracking down on AI-generated comments. That's a big thing they're going to be doing. Have a bit of a joke, have a bit of a laugh. You know, I sometimes just write shit jokes, and that actually brings a lot of people to my thing. So that's it. And nail your headline. Look, like you've got your name, and then you've got like the tagline underneath. It's like nail that tagline, because that's what's going to drive people to your profile. And that's the flow that I get into. And like I said, I've got a meeting with a guy tomorrow because I wrote a comment on DHH's post, right? Nice. And all I did, I said, and I frame everything in terms of my in terms of my ICP, right? So DHH talked about kind of what the post was about. It was something about marketing or whatever. And I just wrote a comment. No, it was about being in experimental mode, right? And being like, you've got to experiment. And I just wrote a post saying, like, for all the software developers looking to become founders, this is a lesson that you have to learn. Like, you can't be deterministic in everything you do. Everything is an experiment. So how are you going to go out and experiment today? That can happen, yes, with a piece of software, but it can happen with a webinar. It can happen with a talk. It can happen with a YouTube video. It can happen with a 1-minute TikTok, right? There's so many different ways you can do that, but you're going out and you experiment with things. When you learn things, putting that back in the big decisions from there. And it was that comment that got somebody to reach out for me, because he saw my headline, which was upgrading developers to founders. He then went to my profile and then went, oh, that's exactly what I need. And it was like, yeah, but my profile it's gone through a lot of iterations to figure out what is it that interests people, you know? And sometimes you want to be a bit jokey, sometimes you want to be a bit serious, but you kind of change it over time and figure out what really works. You know, but yeah, I mean, that's very much part of the LinkedIn game, basically, in a nutshell. I mean, the only posts that you want to worry about are text posts with an image. Don't worry about anything else. It's all boys. The rest of it's bollocks. Never goes anywhere. You'll see loads of people be like, oh, you've got to do carousels, and you've got to do videos, and you've got to do blah, blah, blah. It's like, nah, just text posts with an image.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fine.
So when I was contacting labs, analytical labs, I used this tool called Duck Soup, and that used to allow you to add a message sequence, and so it would automatically connect as soon as they accept the notification, the connection. I would send them a message, the first message, and then I would go down the list until the message sequence was done. And obviously, if they reply back, the message sequence stops, and then I could get in touch. And so that was that felt powerful when that was happening. I can't remember the conversion rates now, but in terms of like just getting a call, getting some feedback.
Yeah.
You know, I learned a lot though, man. I mean, people still reply back even after the 12th time, you know, the 12th message of, you know, and then some people after the 6th will say, fuck off. They'll tell you straight up, fuck off. You're pissing me off now.
But this is the thing. It's trying to find. I use direct messages just in a very. I just use direct messages in a way where I'm like, you need to ask me something specific that can't be a comment, or you need to ask me something specific that you don't want to do in public, and that's fine. But what I am looking for more than anything else is a network effect, right? Which is I'm able to get these connections. And sometimes, and to be honest, like nearly all of my connections come from in-person events, right? I go to so many in-person events. But when you go to those events, they get chatting, and if they're interested, they'll say like, "Oh, you're on LinkedIn?" I was like, "Yeah, that's let's connect on LinkedIn, right? And that's why I kind of do a lot of LinkedIn stuff, because generally I just hate LinkedIn, like everybody else. But everybody wants to connect to you on LinkedIn, so you say, yeah, he's my LinkedIn. So that's like the driver of my whatever. But like, if I get one software developer in, right, and they're in my thing, I will immediately go to their comments. The day of the event, I will come home and I'll go through everybody I've connected with and say, really nice meeting you tonight. Really good to hear about your project, doing this, that, and the other. You know, it'd be good to catch up again sometime. And that's it, right? And I just do that with everybody. But then I look through their posts, and if they've posted recently, I'll put a comment in that post. What that does is then all of the people who are connected to that person, if they engage with that person's posts, then they're gonna go, oh, cool, yeah, that's Dom, that's interesting. And it creates this network effect where like you engage with this cool group of people who you can get in front of very easily, but then all of their friends and all of their colleagues are also your ICP. So the network starts to grow outwards, and then you can get more organic in that space. And when you start hammering the comments, then it sort of drives this whole thing where, and that's how I've got, because I've gotten clients from LinkedIn specifically.
Yeah.
But that's a big reason of why I've done it, is because I've connected with people in person events. That allows people to say, oh, this person is actually legit. I met them, like they're just not some random. But then that gives me a lot of credibility for other people to say, oh, by the way, I want to sign up for your your mentorship program. I'm like, yeah, cool, yeah, sounds good, let's go. You know, so that's sort of the world of LinkedIn. I post. I mean, you've seen my posts. I mean, like, they're like 5-6 lines. It's hardly anything. And it's me just mainly have a moan about something, but that's my style. But yeah, I mean, yeah, if you look at my impressions, like, so many of them are shit. It's so fucking terrible. So don't think about it much. But be yourself. Be yourself is more important. Like, really be yourself and really tell your story. You know, that's how you win people over on LinkedIn. Tell your story, and people are like instantly lapping it up, because you've got to realise every other fucker is boring on there. So if you're just a little bit fun and a little bit interesting, immediately people react to you.
Yes, true.
Because people are fucking boring on LinkedIn, and people are on there because they're procrastinating at work. That's fundamental. That's like straight up what it is. People procrastinate. They don't want to do their jobs. They just sort of said, "Oh, I just want to kill a few hours doing fuck all." I'm going to go to LinkedIn because it looks like I'm working. Oh yeah, I'm finding contacts for potential suppliers. It's like, yeah, of course you are, mate. It's like it's Instagram but shit, basically. And you can't get away with sat there scrolling on Instagram. But yeah, you're able to sort of jump into that link and capture some attention. But if you get it right, it becomes a hugely powerful part of your marketing, like massively. Because that's the thing. Even if you do like a great bit of marketing in email, for example, the first thing they're going to do is look you up on LinkedIn, and they won't look your company up; they'll look you up, right? And they'll go, "Well, what do you talk about?" And if you actually got opinions about the space that you're trying to offer in, so if you're in the situation of like doing freight stuff and whatever, if you've got strong opinions in that area, and then you go out and you meet somebody at an event, or you send them an email and say, "Oh, hey," they'll check it out on LinkedIn and they'll look at it and go, "Oh, this person actually knows shit about this. Okay, fair enough." And then 6 months down the line, they might chase you up again. You know. Anyway, that's LinkedIn in a nutshell.
Thank you. That was good.
It's because I'm on LinkedIn too much. That's my problem. I had somebody actually say to me the other day, I was at an event, and I said, and yeah, I just said to them like, "Oh yeah, I'm looking at doing these things and this, that, and the other." And yeah, they were just like, "You're on LinkedIn so much." I was like, "Yeah, I know, it's bad." But yeah, that's what it is. I think something's gone wrong with the. I've got somebody. I've got something in the chat. Dak. Wow, long time no see. What are you using to build it? I I think you need to sort of go now. I think the stream's frozen. I think something's gone wrong with the screen capture. Hang on, I need to give it a bit of a nudge, I think. Display capture done. Okay, that's working again now. Yeah, somebody said what are you using to build it. So I don't know if they're still in the chat, to be honest.
Cloud Code.
Yeah, Claude Code. Bit of the chat GPTs to do the scoping.
And some Claude to do some copywriting for the landing pages.
Yeah. I'm not sure who this guy is. It's a long time no see. If you could remind me, I'd really appreciate it. Click on their profile. Okay. Get chat. Yeah, nothing on the chat. Does ring a bell though, Dakos. I'm sorry, Dakos. I don't remember who you are. Are there any? Do they put on many in-person events and conferences and stuff for free? I'd imagine that's something that goes on.
You know what? I need to be better at it now. I need to get more on it now that I can calm down a little bit on the development. I need to start showing this thing off and creating videos and going to events. I know there was one this month, but I missed it. Hopefully there'll be more on some trade shows. Just go there with a lappy and just show them.
Let's go free. Let's see what's on at the Excel. There's always something like the Excel. Tech Show London is 4th and the 5th. Actually, I better book myself into that. That's like 6 things all in one. Cloud and AI infrastructure as well. Shit, that's gonna be fucking busy 2 days for me.
Is it free?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's weird. Let's go back.
Well, let me know which one's the better of them, and I'll come along. I'll meet you up there, mate.
Exhibition. No, that's not fitting. So yeah, 4th and the 5th is the tech show. So normally there's like 6 events that are on, but it's like one big hall. So you just go in one door and you can go through. I don't know why they set it up like that. It doesn't make any fucking sense. But it's always like 6 different shows in one hall, basically.
Okay. Sorry, what was that? Retail supply chain?
Retail, supply chain, and logistics.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. When's that?
That's not for a while. That's in November.
Oh, fuck.
So that's quite a while. That's retail, supply chain, logistics expo, third-party logistics, AI-driven automation, and warehouse technology. Let's go to. No, didn't want that one. Let's go to Excel. Let's go to what's on and just scan through it.
It's one in June at the QE2 Centre. Annual logistics conference. That might be worth going to.
Oh, okay, yeah. QE2 Centre is nice. Well, in Westminster, yeah.
Yeah. Then you've got Logistics Week in Birmingham. When's that? And then you've got Responsible Supply Chain Conference in June. And then you've got... I'll definitely go to the June one, man. I need to put that in. It's a shame that I fucking missed the Feb one. Look at Ralph.sh, look at the log, look at the task list. Why is it saying things are done? My status file looks like ready. Let's try that. It says active. Let's fix this.
Dakos. Oh yeah. I was doing the Flutter stuff. Oh my god, yeah, that's right. I was doing the Flutter stuff. I was learning Flutter. Man, that was like a couple of years ago, mate. Oh my goodness. We've come a long way. No, actually, do you know what? Flutter in 2021, I think it was. God, I remember now. Yeah. Back in those days, I was live streaming the Flutter. I actually built quite a few things with Flutter, and one of the things I built, somebody actually bought off me in the end. And I was like, yeah, sure, take it. Buy it off me. I'm more than happy for you to buy it off me. But yeah, now it's become a thing of changing the flow. Yeah, long time ago. And now here we are using mad agents and AI to build it. Rather than me getting frustrated on what the hell, how the hell I've got to use these widgets. But yeah, we're all in the game of building center software. That's our thing. But good to see you again, Dakos. Good to see you again. I'm glad I popped up in your feed. Glad you're here. So what we're actually making an educational game. We started off the stream. I did a little introduction to vibe coding, and then we sat down and we were talking through ideas, and Dill mentioned about a game his kids play, and we were like, okay, cool. Well, it was a word game, and we thought, well, let's do a maths one then. So a maths video game for kids. And yeah, so we were in Claude Code, building Claude Code, and Dill started off with putting the scope together using ChatGPT. We went into Claude Code. We've got some workers beavering away in cursor here, kind of making sense of it all. And then also we've done a landing page and things in Claude as well. So, but in this stream we've talked a lot about in the stream we've talked about like workflows, like how do we actually do this stuff and how do we build this stuff and how do we work out the orchestration, because this is the interesting bit, right? It's like, cool, we've got these AI that does these things and you can go in and prompt like crazy, as a lot of folks are, but it becomes very expensive very quickly. I've heard some horror stories. So how do you orchestrate in a way that makes sense, right? How do you orchestrate in a way that you can get a little bit of advantage over other people? We've been talking about using local models and Git branching and using Git to its fullest extent, so you can have several workers working at the same time. And you might have like half of it is going off to use Gemini or Claude Code or whatever, ChatGPT, and it's using those things to be able to say, right, we're going to write the code with those things, but then you might have some stuff locally that kind of does the orchestration, and maybe we're trying to play around some ideas. I think we need to do some experimentation more than anything else. And then we talked about the business side of things and go to market. That's been the stream. And then we talked about business because we're both about businesses. But yeah, get into those events, those expos. Absolute killers, those ones. They're such a winner. And even if you go to those things with just like, right, my one goal is just to extend my network, that's not good enough. And I say to so many people, I just go and go with the sole intention of I'm going to build my network. That's what I'm going to do, and then see what happens from there. Because sometimes buying decisions take a while, it just happens. For me, it's like 4 to 6 months for a buying decision. So, okay. So yeah, in-person events we talked about, LinkedIn we talked about. What else are you gonna be looking into for your marketing stuff?
What else? I don't know if I'll try ads. I mean, I need to get referrals. That's what I need to do from this customer. I need to get referrals. I mean, I will cold call. I think it's going to be, I don't need that many customers, right? I need. I feel like it's going to be a smoothie kind of get in there. It's who you know type thing. Because. I mentioned before, like IT needs to be involved, right? So it's more of the enterprise sales. So I've got to like smarten up a bit. I think I've been told to get my website, no longer can I be hacky and use my Gmail, get a proper email address.
Big one. Yes.
And I mean, you say big one, but I've always been taught the opposite. I've always been taught to go Gmail as long as possible, right? But now I'm in the situation where it's more enterprisey, and I think that's so because it's enterprisey, I'm expected to be less Gmail and fucking sort out the fucking look of it, because you've got to look professional.
Yeah.
As opposed to, please, sir, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to start my business.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes into your brand. Like that's the thing. Like your brand needs to be like so. Talking about branding, and I've been lucky enough to work with really good branding people. So I just steal all their ideas because they're absolutely phenomenal. But fundamentally, it comes down to is how do people feel about you? What's their gut instinct about you? And all of these little micro things just stack up. And it is things like having that email that looks good, having an email signature that looks good.
It's true.
And it's even down to small things about how do you help? How do you deliver value? How do you, what is your take in the space? One of my clients, he basically has an open source piece of software, and I'm helping him because he wants to commercialize it. And I was like, okay, cool, let's go through that process. And one part of the go-to-market, which is really, really powerful, is some new regulation that's coming in at the end of the year. And I said, right, this bit of regulation, like, you've got to be the go-to guy, right? That's the thing that you've got to be. You've got to be the go-to guy. When they think about that regulation, they think about you. And it's like, that's where the work is, right? You don't have to worry about the code because you've written it all. You just need to worry about this side of it. So how are we going to do that? And now we're going through this process of like being at events and talking to people and giving talks and all of that kind of stuff. And now it's starting to transpire. We had a session a little while ago, and he turned around to me and he said, "Oh, do you know what, Dom?" Someone came up to me and said, "Oh, someone gave me your DLs because I need to talk about this thing." I was like, "Yeah, I told you." But when you become that guy, then now they're not thinking about it. But when it comes time that they have to be compliant, they're going to be like, "Oh, he's the guy for this. You need to go talk to him." It's like, yeah, totally. And that's the way of branding. And that's why the email is kind of important, right? Because you want to sort of say, yeah, no, I'm legit,
Yeah.
I'm legit. I do exist. I'm not just some rando. I do know what I'm talking about. So.
Yeah, I think I've come. I was taught that from a sense of like prospecting, getting calls in niches to understand pain points, as opposed to now I've actually got a business. How am I going to expand? So yeah, because I mean the thing is with the email thing, like if you're telling a newbie, they're going to get bogged down with fucking domain names and logos and all that dumb shit before doing the proper work of like validating a pain point.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I'm just careful to say, like, get that URL, get that domain name, get the website, get the email sorted first, get the pain point sorted first. But yeah, once you have the pain, once you have the problem, once you have the solution, 100%. Yeah, I think branding is key.
Yeah. I wouldn't be too fussed about ads at this point. Like, figure out what works. And this has kind of always been my approach, is like, figure out what works when you're in front of people. Because there'll be certain words you use where you're just like, holy shit, that really connected with people. Like, oh, fucking hell, yeah, actually. Work that out in front of people and then work that into an ads campaign rather than just putting out an ads campaign, because again, you can just sink money into that and it doesn't give you anything. And then you get in this trap of just like constantly worrying about your return on ad spend, right? And just getting more grey hairs about your return on ad spend, and the number isn't high enough. And it's like, that's not the point. It's not really. It depends what you want. If you just want to do an awareness campaign, that's fine. Yeah, that sounds good. Bit of email as well. Have a good email list. That's always my. I have 120 people in my email list. That's it. Just 120 people.
How often do you email?
People who are high touch point leads, I will email once a week, maybe once a fortnight. People who are low touch point people, maybe once a month. But I would say 90% of the emails I send are all about like delivering value. So I will send an email out, for example, and I'll just be like, maybe I met you at an event, for example, and you go, oh yeah, I'm building, this fitness app for so and so. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, where are you at? Oh, I'm building this. I don't, I haven't done anything marketing wise. I haven't done anything on this side of things. So, okay, cool. And I might connect with you on LinkedIn, and I might get your email, and then I'll say like, oh, by the way, how's the fitness up coming along? Did you launch? Did you do this? Did you do that? And I'll do those messages like once every month. And but at the same point, I'll be like, oh, by the way, if you're thinking about a good marketing channel, maybe go look at this particular subreddit. It's fairly no numbers, but it's exactly the people that you're trying to find, and ads are fucking cheap right on Reddit. So maybe go try that out. Oh, by the way, if you want, sometimes I'll do a little bit of like just user research for them and just send it their way. Say, oh, by the way, I had to do some user research and I thought it was relevant to you, so I thought I'd send it to you as well. Deliver value, and then eventually they kind of get to a place where they're like, oh, actually, can I buy a couple of sessions off of you? Because I'm really stuck on this stuff and I just feel like I'm going around in circles. And that is, again, when I talk about, I think you're in the right place, absolutely. When you say, what language do I use? Like, that is 100% like such an important part of it. Because the thing that I always hear is just like I'm going around in circles. Right? So I always use that and say, right, you're in a place now where you just can't keep going around in circles, right? And I always use that language back at them. So you just keep going around in circles, right? Another phrase I always use is you can't code your way out of every problem. Right? Yeah. And people relate to that hard when they're like, oh shit, yeah, that's a good fucking point actually. You can't code your way out of every problem, right? You need to actually go out and talk to people sometimes. You need to go out and have conversations. You need to go out and take them out for lunch, That's the shit that matters. People buy, at the end of the day, people buy from people. So you need to do that work. So high touch point every week, every 2 weeks, low touch point every month. And that works out nicely for me. That gets me enough clients through the door. But yeah, I haven't got to 120 people on the list. But they're like super qualified people. So it's like, when I talk about go to market, and I say stack the odds in your favour, like that's what I'm talking about. An email list of 100 people where everybody is fully qualified as a lead is way more useful to you than a list of 10,000 people when nobody's qualified as a lead. Right? That by far the 100 people are way more useful to you. Oh no, I timer hit 0.
No, I'm almost done, man. We've got how many tasks have we got?
I missed it. Right? We hit 0. We did not do it.
I've got like 3 tasks left, man. All right, should we just kill it then? Should we not bother? Shall I stop it here?
I don't want to race it. I don't want to race the credits, mate. It's up to you.
No, fuck that. Fucking done now. Almost there, mate. 3 tasks left.
Okay, here we go. It's 3 left.
No, because if it's good, I want them to play this shit. And if it's 2-player, that will be fun. Maybe we can make it 3-player. Everyone can play.
Yeah.
Or like multiplayer. Yeah, that'd be sick. Okay, so can you connect with 20 logistics people on LinkedIn for me? Is that something you can do? Tell me what you need me to do. I'm at my machine. I can help. Actually, what I need to do is, Claude Code. Yo, look at my logistics profile. Look at my profile on LinkedIn. We need to update it. Okay, let me go to projects first. And then we go to LinkedIn.
Oh, goodness. Hit the wall.
Look at my LinkedIn profile. We need to change it. CEO and founder of Cargo Mode. Can you update it for me? Use MCP, use browser, whatever skills you need. Give me the copy first before you update it. Clickbaity. Value first. All right. Let that work. What are you doing?
I'm gonna check out your LinkedIn actually. I haven't had a proper look at it. I always tag you.
Yeah, give me some. I think I need to change it anyway. I'm going to change it for this shit. Cargo mode. This is the shit I need to work on now. Is it getting stuck on the shader stuff? Yeah, it's getting stuck on there.
You went to uni in Portsmouth?
Yeah, man. Well, you know Pompey?
I lived there for a year.
Oh, yeah. Whereabouts? What year?
2011.
Bit after me.
I was up in Hilsea.
Oh, yeah.
And I had a job there.
Oh, nice.
And the job very quickly realised it was a shit job, and didn't fully enjoy living in Pompey, to be honest. And then came to London straight from there.
Oh, nice. Where were you before that?
Sorry?
Where were you before that?
I was in Southampton.
Oh, Southampton. Oh, not too far from
Yeah.
Pompey. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So I was at uni. Well, I started. Yeah. I grew up in Bedford,
Uh-huh.
and then I was down at the South Coast for a bit working. Went to uni, my mid-20s, to Southampton, and then after that I carried on working, and then I got a job in Pompey, and I was originally doing the train back and forth,
Mm-hmm.
but the train was so shit. I was like, I'm just gonna fucking move.
Yeah.
And so I moved, and yeah, I mean, it was a job, but quite quickly it was just like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
It took me 10 years to realise all jobs are bullshit. And got to the point where, I was just like, I'm out, see you later, I'm not doing this anymore. But got in touch with a really interesting company in London, so I started with them instead, worked there for years, then started off working for startups as a remote worker. Remote work before it was cool, and did that for like a few more years, and then stopped being an employee in 2021.
Yeah.
And started my own business, and been doing that ever since. Still here in London.
Awesome. Keep trying though. Fuck that if you can't do it. Okay, cancel that. What did I want to do? I wanted to Claude Code. Nope. Claude Browser. Claude, I think it's Chrome. Right, I've just connected Claude Chrome to. I've just connected Claude Chrome plugin. Right, try again, mate. You can go away. I don't want you right now. What's going on here? Let me just clear that context and start that again. My Ralph loop is buggered up, so I just have to do the last couple manually. Okay, it looks like this task this archive and task this done. Let's just use one of them. Make sure that one has got all of the tasks in it. Remove the other one. Here's a copy and paste of the profile. Just give me a rework the profile, the title, etc. Come on, mate. What the flip? You're taking too long now. All right, I think we're done.
All right, what we got? What we got?
Enter lobby. Okay, connection lost. Because I'm meant to have a backing on this. Let's have a look. Right, I'm getting connection lost as I press the start button. I'm running this locally. Let me look at my task list. Package.json. Should be right. I'm not that happy with the UI, to tell you the truth, but okay. All right, that's better. Now I've got a server. So Dill and then Don Bandy fucking Lund.
Oh, WebSockets. Oh.
You just fucking up with me. Where are we? You know what? You just do that again. You just kill all the ports. You goddamn ass. And you can run your goddamn ass. Start the server. In fact, let's start that one first. Start the server. All right. Now we can start the client front end. Now, let's try that again. Let me just put it in another window. So we've got Dom and we've got Dill. I'm going to do Phantom, Dom. You can be Striker. Ship one. All right, so Dom challenges me. I accept. No other players. No other players online. Did I accept? What happened? Did I not accept? So Dom, Dill. Phantom. Deal challenges Dom. Dom accepts.
Oh,
No, this is part of the program. This is all part and parcel. All right, I'm getting an error. We are managing to connect to each other's session, but nothing happens after we accept the challenge. This is no other players. It just says no other players online waiting for other challenges. Right. Parasan, what's going on, bro? We're just creating a maths games for kids. 2-player, multiplayer. No database, no sign up. Just straight up addictive gaming with a maths element disguised in between. I don't like this UI. I do love the logo. In fact, let's just, while it's working, let's go to do something else. God, I don't control. All right. Have a look in the public directory. We've got logos and we've got the fav icon. The site should be themed like that. So let's kind of use your design skills, use your UX skills, use your premium theme skills, and let's improve the design, make it more sexy. Yeah. You can have that. And then I need to get some design skills. I'll cancel that. Get my design skills. Where are they? Cargo mode. Cargo mode. Claude. Skills. Let's go for front end design. Premium taste. I think that's it. That's all I want. You've got to be careful with these because too much and you'll bloat your context window and everything will start giving you shit results. You know what? Let me just take a screenshot of the logo, and that way. And actually, I haven't put the logo in the right directory, so let's do that. No, did I do it? I think I might have done it. Public. Where's my public directory? Public assets. All right, let's try that again. Deal. Dom, Phantom, enter lobby, challenge, accept. Ooh, we almost had something. We almost had something.
Sorry.
Let me do that again, but let me just save the log. All right, let's try that again. Dom. Clear that. Save that. Deal. Let me do a challenge from here. Challenge. Accept. It goes disconnected.
Oh.
Slightly better. It goes starts the game now, but it goes just disconnects as soon as we start. Add debugging wherever you need. Did we do the wrong one?
Oh.
Easy, correct. Now what can I do? Oh shit, I've got to build up. 17 minus, okay. Oh, I've got to do fucking public maths, man. The fuck, Dom. This is your fault, mate. Okay. Come on, let me buy some fucking shit, man. Incorrect. Oh, fuck. No!
I got a shield.
I got a shield.
You got a shield, yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, so it kind of works. It works. Let's see if we can get live so we can actually play you. If I can give you a math contest. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty shit at the moment, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they could get there. I see this as like, I think you've got to start off with credits. You can't get straight into maths.
No, go straight to mate. Educational.
No, yeah. No, but I'm not going to sell it. I can't sell it like that. That's got to be. They've got to get hooked first. Want fucking more shit to buy, and then, all right, buy it. Yeah. So I'd probably, before I push it live, I'd probably want to work on it a bit further, just sex it up a bit. I want to the 2-player. Oh, I'm loving the fact that it's 2-player.
Yeah.
This is cool, man. This is cool.
No, I like it. I like it. Are you pushing to production or?
Yeah. Let's try it out.
Oh, I'm hitting a wall. Hitting a wall.
Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, I'm hitting a wall as well. Right, what am I doing? I'm trying to push this to live. Why am I trying to push it to live? Because we're gonna see. We're just gonna the whole thing, isn't it? We're just gonna do the whole thing. That's why. Right. Where's this fly thing? Fly. What do we call it? Neon drift.
Yeah. That would be really. Yeah. Yeah.
Free 7-day trial, so let's try it.
I've never used Fly.io before.
No way. Use your design skills, use your trendy theme skills, your premium taste skills. We need to make this thing look sexy like the logo. Logos in public, fav icons in public, add it, look at it. It's got to feel like that, classy. Right, we've got it in either, we've got to simplify the 3D graphics, but it's got to feel, I mean, it feels just a bit weird at the moment. The shield's all over the place. There's just 2 big lumps. How are we going to improve this? And then this is the bit where I turn into the shitty, nitpicky, micromanaging dev manager, telling these fuckers what to do. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing like that for, you dickhead? Are you dumb, bro? Are you dumb? Oh, deploy error. Retry. Why is that? Hey guys, what's going on, Ash? What's going on, Yunya? we're making an educational. Well, we're making a game for kids. It's got maths disguised in it, and so we've been doing some shitty live maths, which has been really embarrassing. And we're just about to push it live, but we've got a deployment issue. We've been building for the last 3.5 hours, Dom.
Coming up to 4.
We always underestimate this shit, man. Yeah, we're doing it in 3 hours. Last week it was 2 hours.
We did it last week. We got something though last week.
Yeah, we did.
In the 3 hours, to be fair.
Oh, that customer that I've been working on, that was over the edge. I've got that over the edge, right? Got it signed. Ash. But the pressure's on, bro. I mean, they can churn any time. All right, so I'm sexing things up while trying to fix production issues. So the game works like this. The game works like this. So neon. Oh, that looks a bit sexier. Okay, right. So on one screen, here's one player, here's another player. Just pretend they're on different machines. So let's say Ash and Ash, and then let's just say Unia, and then accept that. And when you see here, players online. Oh, where's the fucking thing gone? Is it just broken? I like the way it's doing this gradient behind it, this glowing gradient. I love the way it's making the fucking logo trip out. I love that shit. Although it doesn't work anymore.
It looks a lot better.
Well, it's only that fucking logo. Everything else looks similar. But that, I mean, can you see that little effect? Oh. Anyway, this is broken again. Fuck. Zero players online. Okay. It's still working. Let me reset the server. Oh, that's why, because I killed the server, didn't I, twat?
Micromanaging yourself now.
Be nice. I need to be nice to myself. I need to be nice. Be nice now. Deal. Dom. Okay, cool. So you get challenge accepted. Incoming challenge. Trippy shit. Let's go with accept. And now, so 20 plus 1 is 21. Correct. 3 coins. 16. Correct. 15. Come on, give me some fucking shields, man. 2. All right, now I've got a shield. So see, from a visual point of view, I can't really see what's going on here. So notice how the power-ups are in front of the base or whatever that is. We need to improve the viewport. It feels maybe too zoomed in. Use your UX skills and let's fix this, dude. All right, in the meantime, let's try to push this up, shall we? Let's bring up another session, and then we'll and make sure we've got that committed. Okay, fuck that. Let's do this shit, man. Push that up. Get push. Let's see if that deploys. See, and also we need to be able to pick the challenge. I want them to be able to pick it. This needs to be smaller, and I need to be able to type 1, 2, 3, or 4, just like quick access on the keyboard. This needs to be out of the way. This needs to be almost like a little pop-up. And this shouldn't start off like this. It should start off with credits. See. Motherfucker. Motherfucker. This is my tunnel fault.
I thought this whole world of VPSs was meant to be getting simpler, not more complicated.
All right, package async out of sync. All right, that's all right then. All right, push that up. Let's see. All right, let's try one last one, and then what? Are you still working? What's going on there? No, this is just a fun build, bro. This one. This is just a fun
Just to
build.
confirm, you'd like to call Bala Builder
No,
mobile.
no.
Okay, I
no.
won't do it.
Fucking hell. Siri, you dumb fuck. I love Apple, but Siri's a dumb fucking bitch. You don't know shit.
They're gonna be using Gemini for out Siri in the future. They were just like, we share this.
Yeah, they're fucking truly shit, man. No. I'm getting connection lost again when trying to when starting a new session. Ay. Oh, we built.
Oh shit!
Where's the URL?
What's that URL? Hang on. What's that URL?
Where is the URL? I can't even fucking see it.
Oh, down at the bottom. It's going to be connected to Neon-Rift.
Oh, there you
go.
Boys, try this out, man.
I.dev.
All right.
Oh, fuck it. Wait. I need to get it on stream.
Right, Dom. This is your idea, mate. Public maths. I'm not happy about that. Oh, Dom's there. All right. Challenge Dom.
Oh, retry socket. Oh no.
You know what? I wonder if it's
socket.
I wonder if it's also picking up my local stuff. All right, let's try that again. Dill. All right, you know what? I'm gonna say Dill 2, yeah. Enter lobby. Ah, fuck, connection lost.
Yeah, I'm getting connection error as well. Console.
Okay, it's
Oh,
found
it's
it,
trying
guys.
to connect the WebSocket to localhost.
Right. I think you're trying to connect the WebSocket to localhost, is it? Does it?
Yeah, let me give it a screenshot. Chat. Put it in the chat. Oh my god. Yeah. Put a screenshot in the chat for you.
Cheers, dude. No, but I'm getting these errors on live, so there's a bigger problem here.